levels of the main dining room. And again, it was revamped and they're just absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. So they have these chairs and little benches you can sit on. I'm right now on the 5th floor. We're actually dining on the 3rd floor. I haven't seen it here, but on most of the other cruise ships, there are different names. Like one of them, it was like, it's the Sapphire Room, and I don't remember the other ones. I think the first one we were on Liberty, they were artists, so it was like Leonardo level, the Da Vinci level. Look how pretty this is, though. Absolutely gorgeous. So you have 2 options for seating times. You can sit for the early seating time or the later seating time. They're usually an hour and a half or 2 hours apart. So the early time on this ship is 5 o'clock, and then I think the later one is probably then 6:30 or 7. And they assign you a specific table. And so here's an example of, if you're a couple, 2 people, you might be assigned 3rd floor, 821. And then it tells you who your waiter is and who's your assistant waiter, and you get those same people your entire cruise. So they absolutely are so good about knowing your preferences. So if you order a white wine on the first day, you're probably going to be offered a white wine the second day and third day. It doesn't mean you can't change it, but they just really want to show you that they kind of know your preferences. Because I have gluten issues, I really prefer to have the same wait staff, because I don't have to go through this whole thing about my gluten intolerance every time. You do not have to go if you don't want to. So if you don't want to go to, the dining room, if you have reservations at one of the restaurants, or you just want to eat at the Windjammer, go for it. There's nothing that says you have to go. There's also my time dining, which just means anytime after, it's typically 6:45, you just show up. You have to wait in line. You can make reservations to get seated much faster then, but I absolutely hate my time dining. It never works for us. Because one time my husband and I did it, and we were waiting in a line that wrapped around the corner, and the staff came over and said, you should come back in half an hour. And I thought, we don't want to come back in half an hour. Dinner already takes an hour and a half. The larger your table, the longer it will take to be served and for the meal for you to have the meal. On this trip, it's just 2 of us, and so we can get dinner in less than an hour, which is awesome. But when I've sat at a table of 6 or 8, if we're with other people or like our large family, dinner takes an hour and a half. You have to allow that time for it. And so the other thing